welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, May 23rd, 2024. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets, and this is being pre-recorded to this U.S. session open. Well, NVIDIA has done it again. It climbed over 6% in pre-market trading after the semiconductor giant reported stronger than expected quarter one results and provided above consensus quarter two revenue guidance. The company also boosted its quarterly dividend by about 150% to right around 10 cents a share. The chip maker overcame sky-high expectations to beat earnings estimates for a sixth consecutive quarter and further cement its dominance of the AI revolution. Every quarter, there are rumblings over whether NVIDIA can keep crushing it, and every quarter the company delivers with an emphatic answer, yes. The shares crossed the 1,000 mark in after-hours trading as its results even topped the unofficial high-end estimates touted by analysts. While it might look like there's no stopping the stock, that may not always be the case, particularly as it rarely reaches new heights along with expectations. Now, there's plenty to suggest that the stock has further to run, including continued strong demand and its proposed 10-1 stock split effective June 7th. Nasdaq 100 is trending up right around 101% this morning as forecasts beating quarterly results and sales forecasts from NVIDIA boosted sentiment with investors bracing for U.S. business activity data. Yesterday, the minutes of the Federal Open Market Committee's April 30 to May 1st meeting revealed that Federal Reserve officials became increasingly worried about inflation. Policymakers noted that recent data had not increased their confidence in progress toward the 2% and currently has suggested that this inflation process will likely take longer than previously thought. Also, the minutes showed that various participants discussed a willingness to raise rates if inflation did not continue its downward trajectory toward the 2% goal. Now, although monetary policy was seen as restrictive, many participants commented on their uncertainty about the degree of restrictiveness. All right. Now, a hawkish surprise kind of from the Fed minutes. The investing world will have to wait at least another month to hear anything about rate cuts, but the kicker in this report was the willingness of some participants to restrict policy further. U.S. initial jobless claims data will be reported today as well. An estimate of this figure to be 220,000 compared to last week's value of 222,000. All right, so 2,000 jobless claims data less. Well, if we want to fight inflation, obviously jobless or unemployment rate needs to be higher. If initial jobless claims data is lower, then that means that there are more people being hired. So we need to see that initial jobless claims data higher. All right, so let's take a look at what we can anticipate for today's market fluctuation. So with that news, we definitely have broken our yesterday's resistance, and we're kissing 19,000. That's a psychological round number. With the momentum, this is obviously pre-market and obviously London session trading. So I'm going to use the top of the Bollinger Band as a level of a possible resistance. That'll be the target for today. Most likely, since also we are overbought. One thing that we want to keep that in mind, we overbought. We entered overbought territory in the Nasdaq, but momentum will overspill when the U.S. session opens. So people will be start buying. Obviously, some oil will probably also taking some profit off the table. So let's keep that in mind. All right. So I'm gonna leave my support at 18,600. Well, you know what? This is a double. Okay. So let's just double bottom right here. Let's just bring it to that double bottom created with Wednesdays and Tuesdays fluctuation. So that's the levels for the Nasdaq. The S&P 500, when it decides to load, here it goes. All right, well, also we are right above it, our resistance level. So let's just bring that puppy up to right around 53.80. I don't speculate too much more of a movement to the upside in the Nasdaq. Let's bring our support to right around 5,322. RSI is not yet entered overbought territory. Let's take a look at the Dow. So Dow yesterday it fluctuated towards our below our support level. It broke our support level. So let's bring that puppy down to 39,600 and let's bring out resistance to 40,000. Let's see if that will be the psychological round number where it could probably find that resistance, and the RSI is further from entering overbought territory. Crude oil yesterday it did continue to trade lower yesterday towards our $77.15 support level. Today we kind of fluctuated below it, picked our head below it. So let's just bring that support level down just a notch. We're gonna bring that up to 76.57 and bring down our resistance to $79. Okay, so buying crude oil. Nat Gas, well, Nat Gas is continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. After that little runch on Tuesday, it has just really fluctuated to the upside. So let's 285. Let's not be that aggressive in Nat Gas, because if we are in overbought territory. Gold is the one that we could take it as profit taken from making nice moves to the upside. So we definitely broke our support of 2400, a psychological support level. So let's just use 2340 as our level and 2400 now as our resistance. So let's see if gold will find its footing and come back to the upside. Now let's take a look at silver. Also, silver has traded lower, so let's just use $30 as our support and bring down our resistance to 31,700. Let's see if it'll find some footing and recover from here. Copper, is doing some sort of a recovery. It did break our support, so let's just use the medium as our support level and bring down that resistance to the upper band of the Bollinger Bands. And so let's see if today copper will recover itself. Bitcoin, after making a nice jump to the upside on Tuesday, it's just creating again that sideways movement, that lateral movement, coughing up congestion. So let's see where it will break out to the upside, I assume. Then we have the currencies. There's the steady holding. There's the 108. So let's keep those levels of support and resistance steady. The pound, well, the Prime Minister has asked to the king to change or to bring the elections to July 7th, and that's what's going to happen. July 7th is going to be the parliament dissolution. So with that being said, the pound is looking to stay strong north of 127, and the dollar index is the one that seems to be taking a little heat, and we'll see continuation to the downside on that front. Let's see and wait. Have a great trading day, and I will see you tomorrow.